Apart from 11 All-Star selections, 4 scoring titles, and being the shortest MVP in NBA history, he's one of the most impactful players in league history.
When I was a kid, I was a big Iverson fan.
I stopped playing basketball because of him.
I want to be like Iverson.
Everyone wears an arm sleeve now because of Allen Iverson.
Allen Iverson was a cultural icon. He changed the way athletes look, how they talk, and how the point guard position was played.
He changed the whole culture of the game.
He was a dog.
I've always wanted to be like Allen Iverson.
Let's take a look and listen to what NBA players think of Allen Iverson.
For the win! Yeah!
Steph and Allen Iverson are the two biggest influential guys in our game since I've been watching and covering it. They were just so relatable. Kids felt like they could be them. So you got AI, who's like unbelievable crossover, cornrows, arm sleeve. Everyone wears an arm sleeve now because of Allen Iverson. And he's going in the trenches, you know, laying it up over bigs, whatever the case may be.
I have an arm sleeve because of Allen Iverson. Like, no bullshit.
Listen,
no bullshit.
One of my tattoos is because of Allen Iverson.
Like,
sure.
You got people when we was younger.
I stopped playing basketball because of him. You know, I had the cornrows, I had the headband. I used to be short back then and skinny. You know, I just wanted to be like Allen Iverson, you know. I was watching documentaries, like, you started playing basketball because of MJ. I started playing basketball because of you.
That nigga.
From the inner city, and Allen Iverson represented us. He just broke the mold. And I wanted to be him. I was trying to get my crossover like him. I remember over and over in my driveway, I want to be like Iverson. I wear number 3 because of Iverson. He showed me, oh, I can do it my way. I can be me and still be great.
You know, I think he's a major reason a lot of these guys feel so comfortable in their skin, showing more personality and showing how they dress, the tattoos, and all of that. I think AI changed that for sports. You in the minority if you don't have braids now in the league. You know, you in the minority if you don't have tattoos in the league now. And I think
as a competitor, he drove me to be as more obsessive about the game because I had to figure out how to solve that problem, you know? And I told him, when I saw him here this weekend, I said, man, you don't realize how much you pushed me. And I don't think people nowadays realize how great you were as a player, how big of a problem you were for defenses.
he was just tough as hell, bro. Like, he never made excuses for his size. And I think that was one of the things that I took with me. You know, he played through injuries. He played big. Like, you know, if you go back and watch Allen Iverson, he played big. He attacked the rim, stayed in the paint, didn't shy away from contact. That's why he was hurt all the time. He didn't shy away from any contact or any of that type of stuff. He just played like he was 6'8", 6'9". And I took that with me throughout my career.
I don't look at it like I'm 6 feet. I just look at it like, you know, I'm the best scorer.
And I don't want to be a point guard or a two guard. I'd rather people label me as a creator. I just want to create on the court.
I think a lot of the guards, they thanking Allen Iverson to say, you know what, if I'm 5'10", 5'11", or even 6 foot, I can use my quickness. If I got a jump shot, use the pick and roll. Allen Iverson said that he can get knocked down 100 times, he's getting right back up.
He was a dog. He's probably one of the only guys I couldn't punk. Like, if I block his shot, like most guys, when I block their shot, they won't come back in, he come in every time. And he actually, I'm upset at him because he messed up history. Because the year that we were 14-1, I wanted to go 6. I was so mad and upset I wanted to go 16-0. And like, if we would have went 16-0, we can boastfully say, okay, Magic and Kareem ain't go 16-0. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So we underestimated him in that first game, and I think he hit us for 51. He hit us for 51. The one where he stepped over Derek Fisher.
2001.
He hit for,
I don't think no teams try to intimidate me because that's a battle you can't win.
AI, how do you think you would do in today's game?
40.
Same or worse.
40.
You're saying 40 over
there? Oh, easily. 40. We're going to guard him. There'll be a lot of people on Shaq and the Fool, I'll tell you that.
Hold on. I would never say Curry is better than AI. Never.
Because you were building up like
no. What he did in this league when it was tougher, it was more physical.
Oh, heck yeah.
You put AI in today's game.
When you can't touch him.
When you can't touch, come on, man. He averaged 30 back then. Imagine what he could do in this league today.
Iverson is one of the greatest players to ever play the game. He's in the top 5. And the reason why I say that because he's probably the only guy that takes a beating like I do. Never complains. He has so much heart.
You name me another guy with the heart he had every night. He used to wear hockey pads. You know, the pads that go all the way around you? I used to see him after games, bruised, banged up, and his only thing was, yo, Webb, I gotta go hard. This might be the first time anybody's ever come see me play.
For a guy his size, he was the most intimidating player in the NBA. A guy 6 foot, 160 pounds, he was intimidating because physically he had a level of speed that nobody had ever seen. You know about the killer crossover. and then the relentless attack mode that he was in. Because that was the thing that made him so tough, because he was in attack mode the entire game. And that just put a tremendous amount of pressure on 5 guys defensively. It wasn't just the point guard.
To be honest, you'd rather guard Kobe than Allen. Because with Kobe, he's gonna go to his spots. You already know you know what's coming. You're gonna get someone who's trying to score 60. There's different types of 60. Yeah. This guy he's a 60 headache.
Because every night when you looked up at the SportsCenter highlights, he was crossing somebody. He was putting somebody in the mix. So all I knew was when I switched on him, I was gonna give him that Olay defense. I was gonna I'm gonna let him do his move, but I'm gonna let him go. And hopefully I can send him to the baseline, because I was not trying to slide my feet with that guy. I didn't want to end up on nobody's SportsCenter highlights, period.
You know, it was one game where he was killing us in Philly. He was killing like our guards. And Doc gave me that look like, it's your assignment now. The dude never stops running. So I gotta score and I gotta slow him down. I was so tired after the game. I was the last one in the shower, just like soaking and trying to figure out, why am I so tired from guarding and chasing this dude all over the court? But
it's just a non-stop coming. He's playing 150 miles an hour the whole time. Like, so you're gonna go from him getting a steal here to him saving the ball, jumping 4 rows into the what's the name. Somehow he got out of that and made a layup. Yeah. Like, wait, what? Like, you know what I mean? That was his hustle. Like, you know, trying to stop him from scoring was a whole issue on itself. Because, you know, green light, green light, green light, you know, he had no conscience. He's trying to score 50, 60. But it's matching his energy was what people didn't understand. We gotta match his energy to even compete with the 60. Right. You know what I mean? So it's one of those guys, you gotta pick him up, you know, 64 feet. You gotta do all that.
So things I seen with him was actually in practice one day. He didn't have a good shooting night. He was like, yo, I gotta get my rhythm. I'm gonna get some extra shots up after practice. And I just sat and watched him, just kind of seeing how he moved. And I saw him go around the horn. Like, you know, 5 shots, 5 spots. Like, he kept it really simple. But I seen him make like 25 shots straight around the horn. I'm like, oh, this dude don't miss. And I always talk about Kevin Durant and Kevin Durant's workouts and the KD makes. And they go in the same way every single time. I saw that. Allen Iverson had KD makes. It was rare that you saw him work out like that. But when I saw him work out like that, I'm like, oh, he can shoot. And he was like, I'm gonna get some threes. Same thing. He didn't miss. That's when I was like, oh, okay. This dude really got like a skill set to him that people just don't understand because they're just so enamored by the crossover. Yeah. So he really did practice. Like 2 a days, like he really did practice. But once we get into the season, and now teams don't practice at all. Back then, it's the same thing he was doing. He was like, all right, I just need to get ready for the season. And now I'm playing 40 minutes a night. I don't need like, why? Back then we practiced it for 2 hours a day and playing. He's like, why are we doing this? Brace. Yeah, he's like, no, like just let me get a rhythm for tomorrow. Which made sense. And once you're in the league for so long, you shouldn't be practicing that much.
He would die for this game, but he would have 2 giant tennis ball-sized burst sacks on both sides. Both of his hips are black and blue. Because keep in mind, this is a small guy.
Compact.
This is back when the league was physical, early 2000s when I first got in the league. And what he went through every day just to get on the court, like you want him to save it for the game. Because again, like I said, he's walking around like an old man, and then all of a sudden those lights come on at 7 o'clock, and he's superhuman.
All I heard was, oh yeah, oh, you bad teammate, you this, you that, you don't show up for practice, you don't do this, you don't do that. And then I get there, he practicing every day, cooking. I promise you, it was a couple of days I ain't see him miss, bro. We go out, we go to Miami or go wherever, LA, we kick it, I go out and everything. Next day, 45. Yo, you was with me, right? Yeah, you was there. And you had 45 today? Hey, man.
That's my special power.
Right.
I saw Allen Iverson out one night. He was lit. He used to drink beers. Yo, that for 42 the next day against the Magic. Damn. And it was an afternoon game. Like, I literally left when he left at like 2:30 in the morning. I go, like, I woke up and he's in the warm-up line. I went, holy this guy's amazing.
Watching him one night get carried out of club in D.C. So this is like a Tuesday night. Wednesday, watching the Philly game, 48. Like, Jesus Christ.
All that stuff is one thing, but when he stepped between the lines, well, I think that was his point.
Yeah. I know I'm supposed to be there. I know I'm supposed to lead by example. I know that. I do. I honestly do. But we talking about practice, man. What are we talking about? Practice?
I think we have to be very understanding. And this is the United States. This is America. Everybody has a freedom of expression. And I don't think we should judge for the way that he wants to express himself. Sure, there's going to be some opinions and questions about how he does that and who he offends in certain situations, or how, people perceive that as offensive. But if it's still his freedom to do that, we have to respect that.
Right, in all honesty, he played 48 minutes every game. He tried to win every possession. Yep. He played hurt.
Played with reckless abandon.
Nobody at his size could have accomplished what he's done. And there's some way, somehow, that he's got to get on some NBA team where he's introduced as a starter in every arena and people give him the respect he deserves.
Look at Allen Iverson and say he did not reach his potential. I mean, he was MVP of our league once.
Four-time scoring champion.
Yeah, so
if he get more out of that, if he gets more out of that, unbelievable talent.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and if you have any requests or ideas for future videos, drop them in the comments below.